everyone's always said you need to provide value. And it's like, okay, that's great, but what does that mean? How do you do that? I always knew I needed to, but the hard part was, how do I do that? So that's what I really learned was, okay, how can I be of value when I make those phone calls? And not only just making those phone calls, but clients that I have coming in the door too, of like, I can be of value to them right away instead of waiting for the loan to close.
Hey guys, Wally, Olivieri. All right, so what is 24/7 mindset? Most times when you hear 24/7, you're thinking what? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just grinding, hustling. I learned over time, a 24-year career in mortgage and multiple other businesses that I own is, unfortunately, you'll get burnt out. I became an absent father, I became an absent husband, and I became a poor business leader because I was trying to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, trying to build a business, maintain a business. When I learned how to work smarter, not just harder, by doing things the best way it could be done, instead of just simply doing my best, I learned how to work only 24 hours a week, 7 months a year, while I got paid from the business residually 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can do the same. Welcome to the show.
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, man. I appreciate you making time to connect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right. So tell the world, who is Taylor?
So my name's Taylor Froelich. I live in Kansas City.
Nice.
And this is my 8th year in the business.
Okay.
And I've got 2 kids, and 4 and 2.
Wow.
Yep. And I like to golf. So.
Do you? Okay.
Yes.
I like your everything. You said 4 and 6 ages?
4 and 2.
4 and 2. Man.
Yeah.
Such cool ages. You're starting to communicate. You're starting to go around with you.
Yep.
My boys are 18 and 16. And once they got to probably like 11, 12, I'd say 12, 13, I stopped being cool. I guess I got stupider over the years and they know everything. But I remember those ages, man. The next probably 4 to 5, 6 years with your kiddos is going to be absolutely amazing. So that's very cool.
Yeah, my daughter loves golf. She asked me on the weekends, Daddy, can we go play golf? Can we go? I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It was pretty neat having my oldest son got in golf. I got him his first golf lesson at 4, and
nice.
It was very strategic because I could always get a hall pass, and we'd always go. But yeah, we started him off that it was like, you start off from the green. He 2 putts, he gets to drive the golf cart, but it's pretty cool. It's awesome, man. So tell me a little bit about who is Taylor on the mortgage front.
Let's see. So I started as an assistant in February of 2016.
Okay.
So working for my father-in-law, that's how I got into the business, and worked under him for the next about 2.5 years. And then shortly after that, he was like, hey, it's time to go on your own. And I'm like, I don't think I'm ready, but that was the best thing for me, was for him to say, here you go. And so Bish been producing ever since then.
How many years ago was that?
That was 2016. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Good start.
Yeah. Been originating since mid of 2018. So
okay.
I kind of have a niche with investors. I have a ton of investor clients. So that's kind of my niche in the origination space is like DSCR loans or just kind of your non-QM stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So
what company are you with?
So I'm with the United Fidelity Funding.
Okay. Is that a broker or is that?
So they're a correspondent, but they're also a wholesale lender. So we have broker capabilities. And so our non-QM stuff, we can either choose to do in-house or broker, just kind of depends on what pricing is like. So yeah, it's been good. I just connect with investors, I feel like, a lot better. And so I have, 4 or 5 that are constantly doing 8 to 12 loans a year. So that's always nice.
Wow. Very good.
Yeah. Mhm.
Very good. So on those, obviously they're great income streams. It's obviously great
Mhm.
loans. How do you get to their network? How have you been able to compound your success with those?
So just being like in the investor community here in Kansas City has really helped with that. And they've helped me with that as well. So one of them that we've been working together for probably a little over a year, and he asked me to come and speak at one of their kind of networking events, if you will. There was about 50 people there, and so I came and just kind of gave the gamut of what we can do lending wise, and so that's been a huge help of like just connecting with other investors that way. So I mean, just from that one initial meeting, I've gotten uh, people that are wanting to house hack, just been, you know, all over the board, right? People wanting to house hack, or investors that are wanting to go from using a conventional mortgage to, hey, we're tapped out on conventional loans. We can't go anymore. We've got 10 already. What's our next step? And helping them
Yeah.
navigate that too. So,
Got it. So as you're building that out, are you building it through associations or like, for example, do you know what GoBundance is?
no, I don't.
Okay, so it's like a investment wealth men's accountability group. When I joined it back in like
Okay.
2013, the thing was like I was one of the founding members. Now it's got like 4,000 members like worldwide. So I think that out of the 4,000, there's like 2,800 that are in the U.S. So as you're building your business, look for those association groups. Look for those types of networking, masterminding, solution types of groups. There's a ton of them. YBM's another great one. Tiger 21's another great one. And it allows you to get access to people that are already in the investment property game and then speaking opportunities. They do a lot of weekly webinars. So that'll definitely help you grow and scale if that's a niche you want to follow.
Yeah. Cool.
Good.
What was, I'm going to take notes here. I know I've heard of Tiger 21. What were the other two?
So GoBundance, or just type in GoBundance. You can Google a guy named David Osborne. He wrote the book Wealth Can't Wait. He was a founding member.
Okay. Cool.
And then the other one's YPM. You Google that, you'll find that out. It's real estate specific type of masterminding around strategies. Do you know who David Green is?
Nope.
So David Green is a good buddy of mine. He wrote the book BRRRR, BRRRR, which is actually my license plate. So I own 11 apartment complexes, and the 11 apartment complexes, the BRRRR strategy. Are you familiar with the BRRRR strategy?
Yeah, so most of my clients are like coming to me and they've like bought something with private money. So that's like to a T basically what they're all doing. So
yeah, so I'll do the BRRRR strategy for apartment complexes. And for our viewers that do not know what the BRRRR strategy is, it's buy, renovate, rent, refinance, which is actually a cash out, and then repeat. So it's actually my license plate. So definitely look at groups like that for sure. And then I would just start doing, they'll all have like private Facebook groups. And I would just start doing weekly webinars in those private Facebook groups about either spotlights of a success story you've had with a client. I'd maybe have one or two, I'd at least have one of your clients do a webinar with you in there that's a raving fan for you. And with them being in there, it allows you to have credibility from that. So
cool.
Another option, I even ask your clients, who say, identify your top 10 raving fans of clients that you have currently in that space and say, hey, do you belong to any groups, any mastermind groups? Yeah, I belong to this. I belong to this. I belong to this. Great. Well, who's like the head person of that? Can you introduce me? I'd like to learn how to join. And once you grow through that, I grew my mortgage business. I mean, when I joined GoBundance in 2013, it was like, and I think I was doing maybe 36 million, somewhere in that range. And, within 3 years, literally the next year, and I jumped up to 81 million. And a lot of those were relationships that I learned, that I met through GoBundance, which are like really top producing realtors nationwide. So you can definitely grow and scale that way for sure.
Nice. Cool.
So, well, cool. All right. So you're definitely a doer. So that's super duper
Yeah.
clear. Number one. Number two, I want you to kind of share your journey. So
Okay.
were you on the original webinar in August for the client concierge process?
I believe so. Yes.
Or how
Yeah.
did you hear about the client concierge process that you purchased?
So I started following you from your interview with what's his name out of Georgia. I'm going to look up his book and his podcast that you did. You did it about a year ago. The Go Referrals podcast.
You talking about Michael Mayer?
That's it. Yes.
7 levels of communication.
Yes. So that's how I first found out about you, and then just kind of followed you on social medias from that. And as you were putting stuff out, that's when I started following the Facebook group and LinkedIn and signed up for the webinar when you had it. And basically was just waiting for it to be over so I could sign up. Because I knew it's something I wanted.
Yeah, I'll do it here in a couple weeks, but I need to do a better job of not taking it so long. I can't tell you how many people said, "Can you shut up and just tell me how much it is?" And here's my credit card.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's I learned the stack and close model, and it took a lot of discipline not to just get to the finish line and just say, "Here's the price for the credit card."
Yep. Yeah, you already sold me. You don't need to sell me anymore.
That's awesome. All right, so I'm guessing, God willing, were you part of the first 50 that got in?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're definitely part of the first 50, just make sure there's a private VIP webinar that's coming up with John White, the financial advisor, that kind of helped open the door for me with Northwestern Mutual. So
cool.
Now I've got 76 financial advisors that work at Northwestern Mutual that I do the client concierge process with. So It's a great way to learn to scale. But tell us, I guess, what did you like about the client concierge product, and then what made you want to buy it?
To me, I needed to, everyone's always said you need to provide value, and it's okay, that's great, but what does that mean? How do you do that? I always knew I needed to, but the hard part was, how do I do that? So that's what I really learned was, okay, how can I be of value when I make those phone calls, and not only just making those phone calls, but clients that I have coming in the door too, of I can be of value to them right away instead of waiting for the loan to close. So I got the course, basically did everything, and then I was on a golf trip last week. So I really just started Monday with everything.
Okay.
And right away, so I had sent on Monday or Tuesday, I had sent 3 insurance referrals and 1 CPA referral.
Pause for a second. It's a really important question I would have to ask you. Where's your golf trip at?
French Lick, Indiana.
Oh,
yeah, middle of nowhere. But they've got a brand new Pete Dye course. It's where they play the Big Ten championship.
Nice.
So they've got a casino and golfing, and that's all I need. So.
Well, you can spend the next hour and a half talking about golf, but let's get refocused. I think this needs to be a pause, and I can see this becoming a reel. But I guess make sure I understand this. You got back from your golf trip last weekend. You got in the office Monday morning.
Yep.
And Monday morning, you implemented the client concierge process. And what happened by Tuesday, Wednesday?
So by Tuesday, I had sent 3 referrals to insurance and 1 to CPA.
Yes. How awesome is that? One day of implementation, you generated how many thousands of dollars of income for your referral partners? How cool is that?
Yeah. And the other cool thing is, so you don't expect how quickly things are going to happen. Because I was just okay, I'm just going to refer it and sit back, right? In this market, getting a ton of applications in a day just hasn't been the norm, right? Yeah. Well, I got 5 yesterday.
How?
Just from referrals. It was just I think it equates back to the, Zig Ziglar says you'll get everything in life that you want if you help enough people get what they want.
So you got 5 applications yesterday from the referrals that you sent out?
Not just them, but just in general. But I just think it's kind of that reciprocity thing, right? If you're sending out referrals, stuff's going to come your way. It may not be to the people that you're referring out, but you're just going to start seeing stuff come in the door. Like, you know, it was just past clients that I hadn't talked to in a couple months. Like, it felt random, but it wasn't.
It wasn't. It's a mindset shift that you earned for you. And it gives you the ability to be able, okay, now you're an income generator instead of an income receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're a business opportunity generator instead of a business opportunity receiver. Now you're a prospector instead of just a skinner. So now you're hunting. And what's super cool about that is you're prospecting clients, you're prospecting people that actually already know who you are. You're not calling cold leads. You're not calling someone and try to sell them pots and pans. You're helping them build a more efficient mortgage process on their end. And then now you're generating income for your realtors, your CPAs, your financial advisors, your family will attorneys. You're a generator of income. You're a generator of opportunities. And that, the way the world works, you start receiving abundance opportunities back. That's exactly what you just experienced.
Yep, absolutely.
That's dude, you've made my day for sure. That is super cool to see. So I'm guessing it shocked you how quickly business started coming in.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I had a time block of like 3 hours yesterday afternoon to like make more calls, and I couldn't. I was like, I've got to get these pre-approvals done.
What's beautiful about that is that's not the norm right now. You got a massive amount of loan officers right now struggling. And they, unfortunately, I was talking to one that yesterday that said he hasn't got a contract in 3 weeks. And, it's just a lot of great loan officers, super smart, super big personalities are struggling right now in this market just simply because they're not income builders. They're receivers instead of opportunists that are building. And but when you keep building this and you keep scaling this with your database, man, I'd love to keep our relationship going and talk more about around what, the next phase for you is doing this for your referral partners, you refer out your insurance agents. So as you have these successes, so when you refer out to your insurance agent, it's super easy conversation. So what's your insurance agent's name?
Sydney.
So Sydney, you won't believe how I got this client. The referral I just sent to you. Well, how'd you get it? I was reaching out to my database. I was doing a mortgage efficiency checkup. And here's one of the questions I asked. So I'm starting to do this with my whole database. Are you okay if I keep doing this and refer you more clients?
Yeah, they're going to say yes.
Absolutely. Yes. That's awesome. Well, great. Are you doing this with your database also, or how can I help you do this with your database? Because what a real insurance agent does an annual insurance review, and they usually do it 60 to 90 days before the 1-year anniversary for the simple fact of retention. The value of an insurance company is the retention of clients that keep paying, right? Their attrition. So the more that they get proactive, the more there's the stickiness factor with insurance agents, the more that they turn around and their value of their book of business keeps rising. The less value they provide their book of business, the more it decreases. So the mindset I want you to have is you want to get access to that insurance agent's database.
Yep.
The way that I got access to the insurance agent's database is 3 different ways. One, majority of them just email me an Excel sheet and said, hey, here's my clients, reach out to them and to let them know that you're my partner on the mortgage side. And then from there, I'll just do a mortgage efficiency checkup for them. Number 2, well, it definitely would really help was I did a joint HomeBot. So HomeBot uploaded all the database into HomeBot for the insurance agent. And the insurance agent database, we marketed to them, their database. And as the digest went out monthly, it's me in a video with the insurance agent telling them what's going on in the market, insurance agent saying great things about me. And as the HomeBot digest goes out, it shows them getting a relationship. Number 3 is an insurance agent, like I said, 60, 90 days before the 1-year anniversary, does an annual insurance review. So as they do the annual insurance review, what I've learned to ask them is, hey, you call, you get updated documents, and then they're sent to you. Then you do the review, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to request a copy of their mortgage statement, most recent mortgage statement before the call. Mortgage statement comes in, send it over to me. I will do a mortgage coach total cost analysis, invite them into HomeBot, send it back to you. And as you're doing the annual insurance review, hey, as a valued service to us as the insurance company, I had my mortgage person do a total cost analysis for you to figure out where the inefficiencies of your mortgage is. And here's a quick little 2-minute video from them on where they can help you improve it. If you want to use them, great. You don't want to use them, don't. But I'd recommend watching the digest and recommend watching the video. I get the mortgage coach update. The trigger lists off that they watched it. Boom, I'm on it. Right.
Nice.
So there's 3 super easy ways to be able to scale just on the insurance side. And as you grow and scale this, what I'm doing now is I'm building the client concierge process. I've already done it for loan officers that you're experiencing. Now I'm building the client concierge process for realtors. So now I'm getting access to multiple different realtors here in Dallas, their database. And as I get access to their database, what's going to be super cool that then I'll be able to refer their database out to CPAs, financial advisors, family will attorneys, and I stay the rainmaker as the quarterback that's throwing to the receiver, handing the ball off to the running back. And it allows everything to funnel back to me, which the database is at 28,000 right now. I want to see if I can get up to 50,000 by the end of 2024.
Nice. And so all that you have like HomeBot for all of those people?
100%. HomeBot is such a secret weapon of just, it's cool, it's trendy, the triggers and the notifications are flipping phenomenal. Now, literally, I've got a human, their number one role, their only job role is literally to go through HomeBot every single morning and look for triggers that happened and look for opportunities, and then call and schedule for appointments on my calendar, or my CPA's calendar, my financial advisor's calendar, my realtor's calendars. So that's literally their job, is to mine through HomeBot.
Wow. Nice.
So, but cool. All right. I've got a couple more minutes. I've got to run to my next meeting. Walk me through what's one last question that if you ask can help you implement this following week.
So I have database that I haven't talked to in probably 2, 3, 4 years.
Okay.
What is the best way to approach them?
How many years have you been married?
It'll be 6 next month.
Cool. I married 18 years. There's plenty that I've apologized for. That was not my fault, but I was 18 years.
Yep.
You learn the longer you married, you just apologize just to get along and just to move on, right? So
you got to pick your battles.
What I've learned is to say, Taylor, if you're one of my past clients, Taylor, I've dropped the ball. I'm really sorry. I haven't stayed in contact with you since we closed 3 years ago. With that being said, to earn the opportunity of getting back in a relationship with you, what I've done is I went through your mortgage, went through the total cost analysis that we did previously, or went through the HomeBot, whatever you want to say, went through the mortgage statement. And I see some inefficiencies that I feel I can help you run more efficiently. So you walk away with more principal or equity whenever you go sell a home down the road, instead of interest or money that you wasted through the mortgage. Well, how do you plan on doing that? Okay. Well, I'm looking at my calendar. I've got an appointment open on Tuesday at 9 or Wednesday at 3. I want to do a mortgage efficiency checkup with you. And that mortgage efficiency checkup with you, I'll walk you through the efficient gaps that I see in your mortgage. And at the end of the day, I spend 15, 20 minutes with you. If you find it valuable, great. If you don't find it valuable and you want to delete my number, then that's fair. Cool. So I would just reach out and apologize, man. It's just, use whatever words you want to use. You don't have to use mine. Yeah. But just understand that it puts you in a vulnerable position, and it puts them in a position like they're not gonna kick somebody while they're down.
Yeah, right.
Cool. All right, I see that you're number 2 on the board for the client concierge process. Did you see that post?
Oh yes, I did. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. It's you gonna make it number 1, or are you just gonna stay number 2?
Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like I've seen all the videos. How do I get more points? I feel like I'm like T1 and I don't know if there's ability to get more points.
All right. I'll reach out to Alec and he'll give you some pro tips.
Sounds good.
No. All right, man. Hopefully today was valuable. All I ask in return is to be active in the community, man. And if
Yep, for sure.
If all the comments, all the posts, it falls on my shoulders, that community is going to fail. I'm just one dude. But if you make posts in there, you make comments, you ask questions, you share success stories, the success story you just had, dude, I'd love for you to grab your iPhone, make a quick little video and post it in there in the group. And just, I think it'd be awesome for the sake of others to see how brave you are, how big of an implementer you are, and the ability to be able to move forward. It can help a ton of loan officers right now that are struggling, and you'd be such an inspiration to them.
Cool. I can do that.
Is that fair?
Yep.
All right, brother. Well, keep me in the loop of your progress, and let me know what else I can do to help.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. See you, brother. Bye.
So thank you so much for listening today. It means a lot you took time out of your day. I don't take that lightly. Understand very clearly that you're very busy. With that being said, if you want to continue your journey and learn more about 24/7 Mindset, if you're on Facebook, which I'm going to guess you are, then go to 24/7 Mindset on Facebook and join the private community. I do coaching tips on there on a daily basis, but from scripts on there to systems on there, models, and the ability to be able to grow and scale a business while you have a quality of life. Hope to see you there.